This week, a new historic list of influential people in Boston will be unveiled by Get Connected. It's a cross-cultural business and social networking group with a mission to make Boston a more welcoming and inclusive city. For 15 years, Colette Phillips, CEO and founder of Get Connected, has recognized leaders that represent a range of aspects of diversity and inclusion across categories, from Boston's most influential Asian American Pacific Islanders to Boston's most influential millennials of color. This month, she announces the most influential men of color, a distinguished group from a range of fields across the public and private sectors. And today we have two of the honorees with us, Jerome Smith, Head of Community Affairs for Amazon, and Jim Canales, President and Trustee of the Barr Foundation. How are you both today?
We are well. Thank you for having us.
Okay, thanks for being here. So let's discuss the work that got you on the list. Jim, Barr Foundation just awarded more than $20 million in grants to areas like arts, education, climate, and you've said that you center racial equity in all the work that you do. Tell us more about that.
Sure. So the Barr Foundation was created in 1997. Today we have assets of about $2.6 billion and award roughly $150 million in grants across the New England region focused on the arts and climate and education, as well as a few other special initiatives. In the last number of years, we have put a particular emphasis on centering racial equity across all of our work, acknowledging the importance of lifting up the voices of people of color, acknowledging the importance of investing in communities that have been underinvested in, and acknowledging the need to really integrate and weave into our work a focus on racial equity.
And Jerome, you were part of Amazon expanding their giving in Boston when you took this role 3 years ago. What type of giving program is Amazon building in Boston, and what organizations are you supporting?
So Amazon, what we like to do is we like to look at how we can be impactful on a very hyper-local level for places where we have our employees or where we have our facilities where we're operating. And so, we take the time to actually go out and meet with residents and actually understand what are they working on, what are the programs that are actually kind of on the ground making an impact, and how if Amazon came in as a partner, how we can scale some of those programs. And so we've done things from invest in $1 million into arts organizations across Boston that were having difficulty coming out of COVID with some budget shortfalls, to last year we did over $1 million for over 56 organizations for youth sports, where we paid for families who couldn't afford to put their kids into sports programs. We paid for all the registration fees, bought all new equipment, bought all new gear. And so it really is fundamentally about what is important in the community where we reside and actually going out and talking to people.
Now, before going to Amazon, you were the Chief of Civic Engagement for the City of Boston. That's the role that Brianna Miller, one of our guests in the first segment, now holds. So how has that time working for the City of Boston influenced your work?
I think that, and Brenda did a great job. I was seeing her earlier. I think that what that did for me was actually truly understand about how to listen, how to actually go out in community and listen to residents, and not always think that you know the solution or have the perfect idea, but to actually go out and talk to folks and see what they're experiencing, see what they're going through, and taking that knowledge back and then trying to problem solve and figure out how we can partner and how we can make things better. And so I think that my time with Mayor Walsh allowed me to do a lot of that across Boston.
Climate change is already impacting Boston. More frequent storm surges, flooding parts of the city, record high temperatures, impacting urban neighborhoods. Jim, the Barr Foundation is advancing equitable solutions for clean energy and calling for bold action on climate change, something the Wu administration is also pursuing. How is the foundation working towards that goal with the city?
So one of the issues that we are focused on in our climate work is the importance of seeing who is disproportionately burdened by the impacts of climate change as you've described them. And what we know is that communities of color are disproportionately hit when these storms occur, when we have heat waves as we do. So much of our focus is on ensuring that those perspectives are brought to the policymaking table, so that as policies are put in place, as we're looking to address climate change, we are cognizant of the impact on the communities that are hit the hardest by this effect.
And Jim, what are the ways that you are personally using your influence in the city of Boston?
I feel that the work of a foundation leader is really about enabling and facilitating others. We talk at the Barr Foundation about the importance of investing in leaders, and I feel that core to the work we do is really putting resources behind leaders that are driving significant change across the city of Boston and across our region. And so for me, the ability to support people who are talented and visionary and effective is such a privilege and something that I am grateful to be doing every day.
All right, now Jerome, it's Women's History Month. They say behind every powerful man are powerful women. Tell us about some of the women leaders that have impacted your work.
Yeah. I've had a tremendous opportunity working in government for over 22 years to work with a number of very powerful, thoughtful women leaders. And the one that rises to the top would have to be former Senate President Therese Murray. She was the first woman to ever be the Senate President and to lead one of the legislative bodies here in Massachusetts. And just to hear her story about a single mother raising her daughter, trying to do better for her community, becoming a senator and working her way up to become Senate President, and then teaching me how to, again, to listen and try to build coalitions and to kind of, bring them together and hold them together as we move policy along through. It was just amazing to watch her work, and I took a lot of that, and I kind of still use some of that knowledge today.
Jim, who are the powerful women that circle around you?
So I have tremendous admiration for Mayor Wu and the visionary, bold approach that she's bringing to her leadership of the city. But I also would be remiss if, in the context of this session, I didn't acknowledge Colette Phillips. I think what Colette has done to really build community, to uplift voices, to elevate leaders that are having impact in profound ways is making such a mark on this city. This city is so different from the city I arrived to 9 years ago when I moved here from San Francisco. And people like Colette, people like Mayor Wu, and so many others have made a huge difference in helping us realize our full potential. We have a lot more to do and a long way to go, but we're on a good path.
All right, and that gives me the opportunity to thank both of you, Jerome and Jim, and to segue to this information. The Get Connected Most Influential Men of Color, put together by Colette Phillips. The event is on March 28th at the Grand Boston in the Seaport. For more information about this great event, you can visit our website, wcvb.com/Cityline.